Hi everyone, my name is Maor. In this video, we're going to discuss the two core principles that if you use them in the right way, they will get you to your next level, to your next step in your consciousness evolution. These two key principles are acceptance and letting go. And in this video, I'm going to prove to you, using examples, using logic, using the world of energy and manifestation, why they are the things that you need to focus on and why you can actually neglect almost anything else because they connect to everything else. And they are the beginning, they are the core, they are the seed. The more we let go, the more we accept. So, stay tuned. Imagine accepting your partner as a 100% human being with a whole package, understanding that there's things that you like and there's things that you don't like, but it's okay. And then do the same thing with yourself. Let go. There are things we will never be able to change about ourselves, and that's okay. That's a part of who we are. We came up here with an arsenal, with tools, with certain gifts that we gave ourselves, and with certain things that we are going to struggle with in order for us to overcome. Because this is our theme for right now. Our theme changes between lives, but this is what we have right now in front of us. This is the present moment. And the more we embrace, things as they are, the more we are in the present. And in the present, time shifts, as you probably noticed. If you're enjoying something, for example, I'm enjoying making these videos, I'm enjoying teaching, I'm enjoying my IT job, I'm enjoying a lot of things, I'm also doing art and stuff like that. Time flies by and we don't care, we don't mind, we don't notice. But if we are suffering, time seems to be standing still and we seem to be waiting for something to happen. For a conversation that we don't enjoy to end, for a particular year that we had business struggles that we want them to end, for a particular relationship that we are suffering that we want it to end. But we are present when we are letting go of the expectation. When we're accepting things as they are, life begins to flow. There are no thoughts about the future because the future doesn't matter. The future is an illusion and we understand that it's going to change when we get there. The past doesn't matter because we are facing forward. It has been, we have forgiven ourselves, we're putting it behind, we're letting go of the strings of light that connect our heart to those people that we need to forgive, to those traumas, to those people we used to blame, for them helping us become the people that we are today, stronger, independent, loving. So, you probably ask yourself, why did I choose these two from everything else? And these two that sound so reasonably easy, they're not. They're the hardest. What are we trying to let go? Imagine letting go of any expectation that you have. Imagine letting go of anything that anybody has ever taught you and listen to your pure intuition, your pure higher guidance. Imagine accepting the world as it is, with absolutely no criticism, without self-judgment or judgments of others. Imagine accepting your parents as they are. Imagine accepting your partner as they are, or a circumstance that always influences you in a negative way. Imagine how your life will change if you will be focused on the now and only on the now. Because when you have absolutely no expectations, when you completely let go of your ego, completely let go of the struggle, of what we consider, the belief that considers other things to be our day-to-day challenges, what if we embrace everything? Now, would you believe me that if we would let go, we would receive? When we let go of the expectation, we actually receive something that is far beyond the expectation. Usually, whatever it is that we expected, we will get more. And in the world of manifestation, a good example that I really like to use in the letting go is the letting go of the expectation of getting somewhere. The principle, the mindfulness principle of non-striving. Because if we try too hard, we never get there. When we try too hard to remember a particular word and it's sitting on the end of our tongue, and we say, oh, but I know there's a better word for that. We're not going to find it unless we let go. We let go of the expectation to find it, we forget, and then from the other side, it comes around the corner. What happens when we let go of the expectation of how we treat our body? How about the expectation of what we eat and what we don't eat? When we let go and we accept ourselves as we are, you will see that naturally we will start eating healthier, we'll start meditating. Because what I see, for example, in the workshops is that we take away people's cell phones because we want to be completely isolated from the environment, from the stress, from work, from our everything. Children, our partners, because we want to go into a place where we work only on ourselves. And when we're naturally, a few days go by and the better waves and the worries and everything that we had in our life suddenly disappears, everything starts working out. You know, they had an experiment when they took children of the ages of 3 and 4 and they put on a desk everything that the different things that the food families, you know, they put some meat and they put some dairy products and some fruits and some vegetables, and they took blood tests from those children, and they saw that the children that needed something particular, they naturally knew where to go to. Okay, that's what happens when we let go. We let go of what we think we should feed our children, and eventually we'll see that the child knows by itself, because the child is guided and we are also guided. So when we let go of what we think we are, we become much more of what we truly are. When we let go of wanting to do something, struggling with it, judging ourselves for not doing it, for example, eating right, exercising, being a more polite person, being a happier person, when we let go of the expectation, these things happen naturally. But what are we letting go? You know, there's different stages when we connect, when we awaken spiritually, and in every level there's a different set of things that we need to let go of. In the first level, we need to stop criticizing the planet, criticizing our governments, because we start understanding that everything is an illusion, that we've been lied to, that there's a manipulation that works here with religion and with money and things like that. I hope they don't cancel my YouTube channel for saying this, because they have done it for other people as well. That's what we need to let go of that being, you know, trying to teach everybody. What are we trying to teach? We're trying to show them that we know that aliens exist, that there's something that is far beyond here, that there's energies in the world that we can utilize in other ways, that there's 0 point energy. We're talking with other people about conspiracy theories, and we're trying to persuade, because we're not accepting reality as it is, because we're not accepting humanity and the place they are in right now as they are. And then the other stages is when we let go of the sensation of being alone. Letting go of that and accepting that we are never alone, that we are always in unity, that we are always together. In other words, our higher guidance, our self, God, that has split himself into these billions and billions of consciousnesses in order to expand its own awakening, because God, us, we get bored sometimes, so we want to investigate. And we accept that and we embrace that, and we let go of the human suffering, of the human struggle, of the challenges. We let go of trying to change something instead of just embracing it. It's either that we accept the job that we're doing, or we're letting it go in order for us to do something that is more meaningful, something that vibrates with a new self, with a new one, you know? What more are we letting go? In every step we're letting go of something else, and everything becomes clearer. Now, you know that our words, English, we have more words to describe negative emotions than we have words to describe positive emotions. Because negativity is something that is much more complicated to comprehend, and it's more specific. The more higher we get in vibration, there's less words to describe. Joy, happiness, consciousness, you know? Things that are simple, simplicity, unity. There's much more words to describe suffering, anxiety, you know, things like that. And the same thing happens with us when we let go. What are we letting go? I let go of the struggle of facing, dealing with different types of freedoms. Financial freedom, food addictions, health addictions, or health issues. You're letting go of that sort of thing to create something that is much more simple for you. And every stage in our life, we understand that there's different fears that we're leaving behind. The fear of death, the fear of sickness, the fear of ridicule or what other people are thinking about me. All these type of things we leave behind, and we're making our life simpler and simpler until we become really mature. And as a very adult age, even older people, 70, 80, we're almost fear-free. We don't think about anything. We're just joyful with whatever it is that we have. And we embrace things. We embrace the fact that our friends are beginning to die. We embrace the changes that are happening. But in order to wait and live, that far, and be without the healthy body that you have right now, why not do all those things now? Now, why not graduate now? Why not level up now? By achieving, by being productive, by working on ourselves, working on our fears, letting go, understanding that the thought Our thought, our beliefs are our worst enemies, or it can be our friend. Now, when we're not letting go, we're struggling. We're actually telling reality that we don't like you, we don't like the perfectness of everything that is embedded in reality, and we don't accept you. But when we let it go, we start accepting everything as it is, and then we start seeing the bigger picture, the perfectness of this creation. And when we do that, we wake up every morning with a smile. We wake up happy. We wake up even content. It doesn't matter if this day is not going to be special, because every day is special. We spend time with the same people, but we are different because our perspective upon the situation has changed because we accept it. So these are the two core principles that we need to embrace. And think about it. Every time a negative thought comes up, does it serve me in some way? Is there anything that I can learn from it? If not, let it go, There's things that were much worse in our life before. And there are things that are about to come that are going to be much more challenging in the future, because when we step up, the game steps up as well. So the challenges might be different from the ones that we see around us. And we might be the lion and not in Hebrew there's a saying, you can be the head of the wolves or the last one of the lions. So if you consider yourself a lion, you always want to step up and see the bigger lion so you can learn from there. And always step up and always move forward and always look for another person to appreciate, another person to learn from, another mentor, another person that can teach you something that you have not yet to achieve, until one day you will become the teacher yourself. Because there's so much that you have gained, so much that you have knowledge now, that you will only want to serve others. So my friends, thank you very much for spending some time with me. And I know that you are open-minded, and I know that you understand a lot of the things that I'm saying. Try to move them from the mental into the action. That's where the things really happen. That's when we're moving away from our comfort zone to that place where we're actually developing ourselves much more. In between those two, by the way, there's a struggle of resistance that the ego doesn't want to change. But after that, there's always learning, always expanding, always becoming more and more aware of our thoughts and our emotions. So my name is Ray. You can find more of my stuff on raymaor.com. You're very welcome to join, to write a comment, to come to one of my workshops. And of course, I will see you in my next video. Namaste, my friends.